Hello all. Today I'll be explaining you about the deletion of a node at the nth position of the linked list. So deletion has three parts: deletion at the beginning, deletion at the nth position of the linked list, and deletion at the end. So I'll explain it with the code. Let's create a struct node, int data, and then a pointer to the next position. Let's also create a head pointer, then let it be pointing to null in the beginning. Let's create a function called void insert. So this will insert our values. Let's create a struct. Let's create a node called temp. Struct node malloc size of struct node. Temp of data will be having the value, and then temp of next will point to null. If head is equal to null, so if the linked list is empty, then I make head point to temp. Then I return. Or else struct node, I create a current pointer which points to head, while current of next is not equal to null. Then I traverse it. So basically I am adding the position at the end. Current of next is equal to temp. Now let's create a delete function, void delete int n. Here n is the position which I want to delete. So if head is equal to null, or if n is lesser than 1. So if I want to delete something in a linked list, if it's empty or if the position is invalid, then I throw an error, printf invalid position, or it's an empty list. Then I return. Or else, if I want to delete a position, the first position, then I create a temporary pointer which first points to head. Then I move head to the next position. Then I free temp and I return. So I'll show this to you. So this is deletion at the beginning. So first I create a temp pointer which points to head. Then what I do is I remove this connection from head. I make head point to this position. Later on I free this. Then this is how it looks after deleting. Let's proceed with the code. Or else if I want to delete something else apart from the first position, then I create a struct node temp1 which points to head. Now I need to traverse till the n-1th position. So int I is equal to 0, I lesser than n-2 because I need to traverse to the n-1th node. I plus plus. Then if temp 1 of next is equal to null, so this condition is if we are trying to access a position which is out of bound. So position is out of bounds. Then I return, or else it's continue. So I will try to traverse through the loop for the n-1th position. Then temp1 is equal to temp1 of next, Then I create a separate pointer called temp2, which points to temp1 of next. Then I make temp1 of next point to temp2 of next. Then I free temp2. So I'll show this. So deletion at the end node. So first I create temp1, which points to the head. Now let's assume that I want to delete this position. So I move temp1 to n-1th node. So I move temp1 to 200 position. So it reached here. Now what I do is I create a temp2 pointer which is pointing to temp1 of next. So temp2 which points here. Later on I move temp1 to temp2 of next. Right now temp2 is pointing to this, so I move temp1 to temp2 of next, which is this. Then I free temp2, so I'll basically delete this. This is how it looks after deletion. This can also be applied at deletion at the end. So suppose I want to delete this. First I create temp1 which points to head. Then I need to traverse to n-1th position. So in this case n-1th node is this. So I'll traverse temp1 to here. Then later on I create temp2 which points to temp1 of next. So temp2 points here. Later on I make temp1 point to temp2 of next. So here temp2 of next points to null. Then I free temp2. I delete this. So this is how deletion at the end works. Let's continue our code. Let's write the print function, void print struct node temp is equal to head. While temp is not equal to null, printf %d, I'll give a tab in between, then it points to temp of data. Temp is equal to temp of next. So this will print all the elements in the linked list. Printf. Now let's write the main function, int main, int n, the number of elements and the value to be inserted. Printf, how many elements do you want to enter? Scanf %d. So let's take this from the user. For int I is equal to 0, I lesser than and I plus plus. Printf, enter the element 1. I plus 1. So basically that element will be shown. Scanf %d and val. Then I insert. So let's print the linked list once after this. Int position. So this is for the deletion part. Printf, enter the position to be deleted. So let's take in the position. Then let's put it to the delete function and let's print it. Return 0. Let's save and run this. So how many elements do you want to enter? Let me enter 4. So the first element, let it be 10, then 20, 30, 40. The position to be deleted, let it be 2, so 20 will be deleted, 10, 30 and 40. So yeah, this is how deletion at the end position of the linked list works. Thank you for watching.